An immortal fairy picks up a disciple, raising the disciple so that one day the disciple may slay her and fulfill the end of a prophecy in which the immortal must either cease to exist or cause the end of the world. Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and today we are sitting to From That Moment She Neglected the World by an indie developer that we are familiar with by now, for Noki. We played what? Two or three, I think. 3 games from that dev. All of them super enjoyable. So, today we'll have a look at another one. This one was created for NaNoRenO 2021. So, once again, in a way, we're about to clear the itch.io backlog, basically. Let us begin. From that moment on, my life became hers. Ooh. Is she like deep in the snow? Under the cold snow, the dark sky, my body could no longer move. My shaky breaths no longer condensed to white mist before me. Snowflakes fell, enveloped me in the only flowers I was ever allowed to touch. These were the only flowers I would receive for my death. These were the only morning clothes anything would don for me. The heavens would bury me with frozen tears. And once spring came, I would disappear with the melted snow, having never once felt love. I could not even cry. I, who had been born a lonesome, unwanted child, slowly closed my eyes for the last time. Before my eyelids fell shut, I saw a fairy.
We share some of our fate together.
She tenderly lifted me up in her arms, without a single care that I might stain her pure white garments. Her slender fingers dispelled the chill in my bones.
If you survive past the night, I'll take you in as my disciple.
With a quiet murmur, she brought me away. Wow! Oh, wow. Okay, that's a nice room. Yo! I like it. That is a phenomenally looking room. I slept for a long time. Opening my eyes to an unfamiliar ceiling, I woke under the thick warm blankets, soft as new. I felt so comfortable that I wanted to go back to sleep and melt in the blankets, but I was afraid that the warmth would vanish like a dream if I slept again. Sitting myself up, I saw her. This warmth wasn't a dream.
Good morning.
She placed a cool hand on my forehead. I hadn't known that other people's hands could feel this soothing and unconsciously leaned forward.
You're still slightly feverish. I found you in the snow 3 nights ago and picked you up.
3 nights? Whoa. She slept for a long time. She picked up a kettle by the bed and poured a cup of water, placing it in my hands. As if she was unsure if I could hold the cup, her hands lingered on mine for a moment.
Come, drink some water.
I glanced at her and at the water before I placed my mouth on the cup and drank. The water quenched a thirst I had not yet been aware of, rolling down my parched throat, and reminded me that I had been asleep for a long time. Sweet. The water tasted sweet. I mean, to be fair, you slept for 3 days. Yeah. Water would have a wonderful taste if you slept for so long, basically. Definitely. I stared at her. I couldn't read her expression, but I thought that I liked her. This beautiful person, I thought that I liked her.
I had a feeling you would be awaking soon. You must be hungry. Wait here as I get a bowl of congee from the kitchen. Okay.
Wait. They look basically the same. This is the younger version of hers. Interesting. Different eye color, of course. Well, it happens.
Okay.
With soft footsteps, she left the room. I looked around the room from the bed. I'd never been in a room like this, never slept in a bed like this, never even had a chance to think about this. A soft fragrance like peaches tickled my nose. Oh my god. Perfection. Peaches are awesome. She smelled like this. Or this smelled like her. Soon enough, she returned with a bowl of congee. I ate, and couldn't help but notice that she had burned it a little bit. This congee, how clumsily made it was. I glanced at her. She must have made it herself, even though she seemed to be the type to have never cooked before. The thought elicited a gentle warmth in my stomach. Oh. It's a Filipino dish. Okay, with rice. I mean, some of those look good and some look like something I would rather not eat. Like, some of it really looks like, you know, rice basically, and some of it like literally look like as if you had rice with way too much water. This is literally water with rice here. I mean, dude, you can't see the picture that I'm looking at right now. I don't know if I would like that, not gonna lie. On the other hand, I would not be against trying rice porridge. Anywho, I glanced at her. She must have made it herself, and I read that already. The thought elicited a gentle warmth in my stomach. This person made food for me. How delicious this was! I believe you. When I finished eating, she poured me another cup of water. Thank you.
Are you willing to become my disciple?
I had yet to place the cup to my mouth when she spoke, which was good luck on my part, for I would have choked. Make me the most short-lived disciple in history.
Disciple? Yes. When I met you at the base of the mountain, I knew that we shared some of our fate together. Since you've survived to this day, I ask you to be my disciple.
The words she spoke made me wonder. In this world existed two types of people. One, cultivators and mere mortals. Cultivators were the heroes of fantastical stories. Okay. They practiced mystical arts and vanquished monsters. Okay. They knew both magic and martial arts. Nice. The good fought the bad, maintaining the balance of the realm. Well, let's face it. Sadly, it's always the winners who are, you know, considered the good ones. While not necessarily they always are. Their bodies and souls were resilient, as if they were immortal. Whereas a mortal might live 8 years, a cultivator would live 8 years only? What? A cultivator would live much longer, hundreds, thousands of years. At the end of their epic journeys, they would ascend to the heavens to become truly immortal. Damn. So the stories went. This was only wishful thinking, but who didn't like fantastical stories? I mean, true. So true. Even I, as a child, had wanted to be rescued by such a hero, or to become the protagonist of such a story. That's right. Meanwhile, it doesn't feel you are even the protagonist of your own life, right? Where do I know that feeling from?
Are you a cultivator? Yes.
Calmly, without hesitation, she said that single word, so much so that I could hardly believe my ears.
Am I qualified? Yes. I'm merely following the heavenly way. I was an elder of the Dalin sect.
Sect? What?
But I came here to practice closed-door cultivation.
Oh. I'm a master of that. Closed door yeah?
Surely has no bearing here, where even the major sects are unfamiliar to civilians.
I mean, to be fair, I say I'm a master of that, but... You know, my working out consists of running, which is outside, so... I guess... there might be a lie in my words. Alright.
Surely this has no bearing here, where even the major sects are unfamiliar to civilians, but this is what I may say for my credential as a teacher. You'll be my first and last disciple.
A pause, like she had forgotten something.
Given that you accept my tutelage.
I wondered again, if I blinked, if I would wake up and realize that this was all a dream. Afraid to even breathe, I looked at my reflection in the water in the cup. Is she crying? I complained to the heavens that even in a dream, I could not hold back my tears. Okay. Even if this was a dream, I wanted to enjoy it for as long as I could. My heart had long decided on that.
Mean if someone like me is acceptable? Then please teach me well, master! Of course.
I knew not of the etiquette between student and teacher, cultivator to cultivator, but she didn't mind. She did not say a single demeaning word. A peaceful air lingered around her eyes as we exchanged promises to that relationship.
I've gone out of order, haven't I? I am Bai Fang Fei, white like the clouds, fragrant, rich in aroma. What is your name?
I, an uncherished child, could not even give her my name. What?
I don't have one.
What?
Master, please give me a name. Then I will call you Lixue. A pretty little disciple picked up in the snow. Isn't it a fine name?
Yet she too gave one to me instead. A wonderful name.
Lixue. Yes, thank you for the name.
Warmth bubbled in my heart. It was too much, so much that I wanted to never awaken from this dream-like reality. This was my wish, my childish, singular, most precious wish.
Rest and recover well, my dear disciple.
She gently pat my head.
Our lessons will begin once your fever subsides.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, the household also wonderful, like from the outside. I recuperated under her attentive care. Soon enough, winter came to an end. Following after her like a duckling, I listened to her introduce our home. My eyes darted about, taking the scenery of this humble abode atop a mountain. Nice! Dude, I feel like two of my dreams, of which, no, at least one I would like realize. One. Babe. Okay, maybe not gonna realize it, but whatever. Living by the sea, like literally by the sea. Or, you know, if not sea, it would be nice, like river, lake, something like that. Or basically on top of a mountain. That would be cool. Or basically Basically, some secluded place. I feel like. I mean, listen, as long as there is internet, it's all good.
This place is named Juyu Peak. You and I are its sole inhabitants,
Perfection.
aside from the plants and the animals.
As long as there is no snakes, I'm good.
I do not enforce many rules like the major sects. And you need not memorize those of even the Dalin sect. You are not a caged bird.
Oh my god, this is a perfect place. Perfection.
Just now follow a righteous path. If I teach you well, then there will be no issues.
So basically be a good person. Let's go. Perfect. I nodded. We walked and reached a very soothing place. One item caught my eye. A flowerless tree stood by its lonesome self in this courtyard filled with tranquility. I mean, there is multiple flowerless trees around. I assume all of those are trees, to be honest. I must have paused in my steps for she stopped as well. Before the bare branches of this special tree, we conversed about a topic that I, at the time, did not yet understand.
Are you curious about something, Likshu? Yes, I can't help but notice this tree. Are you thinking, is the tree dead or alive? Sure, it must be alive, right, Master? Even though she does not flower? Yes. I thought it was odd, but does a tree need to flower to be alive? I think it looks lonely. Maybe its flowers are just late this year. You're right. The tree is alive. So it is. She's a peach tree. My peach tree. But even if spring comes, the tree will not flower, nor will it ever bear fruit. When she withers, I will ask you to cut her down from the roots.
Oh. Okay, so she didn't understand that, but I get it. I get it. Yeah. Basically, the tree is a representation of you yourself.
Could I not nourish the tree? My kind-hearted disciple, is the tree not in more pain if she must persist even as she rots from the roots? So to cut it down would be mercy? Yeah. She's a very tired tree, and even trees follow the heavenly way.
She gently pat my head. We returned inside after the tour of Juyu Peak. She stood before a shelf of books, flipping through the selection as she began my first lesson in cultivation.
You are not yet at the stage where you should think of taking spiritual energy into your body. To start, I will teach you about the body's acupoints, meridians, and dantian. Until you know them by heart, you should not try to circulate spiritual energy, otherwise your foundations may be shattered forever.
She paused, remembering that her student was still a child who had yet to learn what any of those words meant.
You could die. Thank you for the guidance, Master! How could I tell you the dangers of being too enthusiastic? If you broke yourself in some mistaken haste, I would be left with no disciple. I'll be careful and meticulous. Good.
Some books she returned to the shelf, others she placed at the crook of her arm, balancing them. Once she finished, we moved to the desk, and she placed the books down in a pile.
Study these books well, I'll teach you with them.
Spotting the plethora of words scrolling about the diagrams drawn in the books, my eyes spun and my stomach fell. A little panicked, I tugged at her sleeve and looked to the ground. Would she abandon a useless disciple who couldn't learn?
Master, I don't know how to read or write.
I let go of her sleeve like I had been burned, for such an act was probably inappropriate. Before I met her, no one cared to teach me a single thing but to be unseen and forgotten. Wow. That's crazy. The dirty child was scared.
Then all I have to do is teach you.
She She gently pet my head, and my anxiety flew away.
Lynx, no one is born knowing everything. What's important is that you are willing to learn. Are you? Yes, I'm willing. Good.
She placed the anatomy books to the side, retrieving an ink grinder, brush and paper. Grinder. Whatever.
I'm no calligraphy master, but I will still teach you well.
She grinded some ink.
First, would you like to write your name? Could I learn to write yours first? You would prefer that? Yes! Since I like master a lot. My disciple has a sweet tongue, doesn't she? Alright, then watch my strokes as I write each character. This is by Fang Fei.
She wrote. I watched, meticulously and slowly. The brush moved and I seared it into my mind. Her name made of 3 characters. Oh yeah, I guess like Chinese alphabet, right? It's, yeah, different. When she finished, she placed the brush into my hand for me to copy and practice writing. As I had never even held the brush before, she cupped my hand and guided me to write. The first words I wrote in this lifetime were the 3 characters of her name. Such shaky characters appeared on the paper that I felt embarrassed to have written her name when she had and hers were so pretty. Yeah. Speaking of calligraphy, wow. Freaking amazing. So what some people can do with writing. It's amazing. Also, it's super relaxing watching just people writing. Anywho.
Talented strokes. But they look so ugly. Everyone starts somewhere. Not even a bird knows how to fly when it first hatches. Lixue, try writing those characters again.
I followed her instructions, copying her name once more, glancing at her original example. I did my best to make no mistakes. I wouldn't forget how to write that name.
See how you've learned to hold the brush better?
Took you like 5 seconds, right? She adjusted my grip only a little, letting me try writing again.
And how your strokes are fluider than before? 10 seconds ago?
I copied the characters again and again. With each practice, I saw shaky lines turn smoother. I could not reach the perfection I sought, but her praise warmed my chest. Now that I think about it, I have not like written much by hand since university, man. And that is sad. Because my writing was pretty good. I feel like it was sort of, you know, I'm not gonna say evolving, but changing over the years. Like, certain letters I was writing different way and so on. But my writing was good. And as my homeroom and also Polish teacher in primary school used to say that my writing feels like relaxing when reading it. So, hey, I take that as a huge compliment. Still taking it like that. Maybe I should go into calligraphy or something. She taught me how to write my own name next. Then she taught me many other words as well. When I grew tired of the characters, she taught me how to grind ink. Good ink was not too watery nor too thick. Yes, black on the grinder, she taught me the consistency just right for the brush. Secretly, I enjoyed grinding down the ink stone, rubbing it up and down. She may have noticed as from that time on, she told me to do it more often than not. Before I realized, summer came and went. Fall passed filled with studies, and once more winter arrived. I memorized the details of the body within a few months. I felt like a scholar, reading and writing all day, and she taught me how to meditate and feel the spiritual energy in the air. I want to be taught that. Still, I could only say I was only on step 0. Unable to circulate spiritual energy, I had to eat physical food. What kind of immortal cultivator was I? Master told me to eat to grow strong. Her disciple could not be stunted by an over-reliance on pills, and Master's cooking was the most delicious food in the world anyway. However, I could not help but wonder if I was a good disciple, a useful disciple. To enter the Qi condensation stage, I had to use spiritual energy to refine my body from the inside out. Learning to gather and scatter spiritual energy, I would take my first steps onto the path of cultivation once I opened my meridians and Dantian. How many people had tried and failed? How many people had stagnated before they could even break free from their mortal shells? In this world where no one had ascended for thousands of years, I simply wanted to successfully take the first step.
What if I have no qualifications to cultivate?
I held a fasting pill in my hand. Master had handed it to me so that I could meditate for a number of days and nights consecutively without eating. The pill rolled in my palm like the wobbling of my convictions.
Those sorts of worries will get in the way of your cultivation. If you don't believe in Master, believe in the heavenly way.
I think she just doesn't believe in herself, not like you.
You will surpass me and cut down the root of calamity. Does Master believe in me? Yes, there is no one I believe in more.
Rather than in the heavenly way, I believed in Master. I nodded and swallowed the pill. After a while, I broke through. Even if I was dirty from expelling impurities, once I had refined my body, she took my hand. The pure and clean Master believed in me, and I believed in her. When I washed away the grime, I also washed away wave from my shoulders. Something I noticed about Master: she was really valiant when she flew on her spiritual sword. What? She what? I told her I wanted to learn, but she said I was not yet ready for my own spiritual sword. She began to teach me martial arts and swordsmanship. She tried to teach me divination, but we stopped after the basics. Why?
So even my talented disciple has weak points.
As I sulked at the unexpected failure, she pat my head.
You grow up so quickly that I want to pamper you more.
When my master, fairy master, indulged me, caressing my head, I could not help but want to grow up even faster. She pampered me plenty, but I didn't want to be a child. She, who had not gone down to the town at the base of the mountain for decades, had descended for the sake of her disciple's very mortal needs. She looked uninterested each time she returned from town, neither excited nor dejected. So unworldly she was. Once I asked if she would ascend soon and leave me behind, but she only told me that she was far from ascending and had reached a ceiling in her cultivation. Okay.
Master, you said that you are at soul transformation.
After the soul transformation stage came the ascendant stage, after which came the final tribulation. A cultivator would ascend to treat mortality in the heavens or perish. She was so close and I was so far away.
The last step is the hardest one. Whether a cultivator's spirit is at peace can determine whether or not they can avoid stagnation, much less moving forward. Are you speaking of the hard demons?
Hard demons were the monsters of the mind that haunted the spirit. Formed of regrets and obsessions, they would clog the way and hinder cultivation. Even worse, if let run rampant within, they would attack the cultivator, throwing the cultivator into the Qi deviation, an irreversible infliction of destructive madness. I shuddered.
Perhaps, but I'm in no danger of Qi deviation. Don't worry, Lixue. It's only that I reached a bottleneck. Can I catch up to you? Yeah. I wish for you to catch up to me. No. No. For you to surpass me. You must not rush, Lynx. Take your time. Steady your pace. We should have hundreds, if not thousands of years. I would rather you accompany me longer. I do too! I want to accompany you for a long time!
Although she lived serene like a flower, I was just about sure she subsisted of dew. She was a forebear at the peak of the cultivation realm. Huh. At news of unfortunate events in the town at the base of the mountain, she descended to vanquish a vengeful ghost. The ghost dispersed in an instant. Due to the short incident, she brought me down on her flying sword for the first time. After all, righteous cultivators protected the realm. I explored the town and secretly bought her a gift. Ooh. Interesting. I wondered if she would like it. I hid it in my breast pocket, waiting for a time to give it to her. A gift I had never given anyone such a thing before, but I thought it suited her. I waited and waited till she noticed my waiting. She combed my hair as I sat in her room. The comb and her fingers moved through my hair comfortably. She hummed as if enjoyed the sensation as well. Glossary. What? I was reminded of an idiom about white hairs of old age I saw in a book. Wait, what? Oh, not quit, not quit. Wait, what was that about the glossary? What? Save, load, options. Extras? Oh, we need to look at that. Oh, there is glossary, okay. Alright, we'll look at it later. No, don't want to quit. Oh my god.
Lynx, you seem distracted. Were you thinking of the ghost from a few days ago?
She was not quite right, but I didn't know how to say that I had prepared a gift for her.
This is a good time for a lesson on evil spirits.
The lesson began. We had not talked very much about them before, as I had little chance of encountering any on Dewey Peak. However, meticulous as she was, she illustrated the common goals to me and how to deal with them, as if speaking from a bestiary her voice flowed. The ghost she dispersed a few days earlier had been but an insignificant threat amidst the many dangers that lurked in the shadows. At least it was for her. For me, perhaps it was not.
Worse than simple ghosts or monsters are the ones under the control of demonic cultivators. Are demonic cultivators different from demons?
Well, aren't they basically what your master is? I would assume.
Yes and no. They are cultivators who deviated from the proper path, following an unrighteous path against the heavenly way, playing with demonic energy. They often control evil spirits, so an unnatural movement of ghosts can indicate the presence of a powerful demonic cultivator. They kill and revel in their lusts. Walking an unnatural path, they more easily go into the qui deviation. Perhaps they were mad to begin with, but their obsession take over their bodies and souls and destroy them.
Okay.
If you're ever touched with demonic energy, cleanse yourself of it as soon as possible. I will teach you when you can. What happens otherwise? You may be led down the wrong path like them. And become a monster? That is a possibility. You may lose your mind to the whispers of the demonic energy. Your meridians and dantian may be corrupted and your cultivation shattered lest you follow the demonic path. You would die in that case. Or you might continue to live on normally. However, you should never take such risks. Some say that they are more monsters than humans. Whether they are is a matter of philosophy. But if you've done terrible acts, what you see them as is you for you to decide. Perhaps to call them monsters is rude to their victims because it was their conscious mind that chose to do those things. Like the ancient calamity. Mission Calamity? She was the last Grandmaster of the demonic cultivators, deceased for thousands of years now. Her trail of bloodshed still has not been forgotten. It is a long, long story. If you're curious, I'll give you a history lesson tomorrow. In the heavenly way, righteousness prevails.
The heavenly way was the mandate of the gods, the way that the world was destined to be. Some who were skilled at divination could pick at that mysterious force. When she spoke of it, she spoke with an odd sense of certainty. The heavenly way was fate. Then she moved her hands away from my hair. I wish that she would continue. I liked the feeling of her hands in my hair. Yet at least now I could move my head as I hadn't wanted to bother her while she was at work.
My jade girl with hair like silk. Who could be your golden boy?
What? Heat pulled in my cheeks. I turned to face her.
Master! Yes, Lixiue?
No, she just answered you. I put my hand in my breast pocket, retrieving the item I bought for her. It sat coolly hid in my palm, although I wondered once again if she would like it. I made up my mind. The short lesson on demons gave me enough time to prepare my courage.
I have something I would like to give you.
I presented it to her. A simple jade accessory.
Thank you.
She took it from my hand and put it on. In hindsight, Master did not lack for jade. Good spiritual jade, not even speaking of the common jade that common people used.
My first gift from my beloved disciple. I'm happy to receive this jade from you, Lixiue. I will treasure it.
At that moment I was blinded. My mild master, her smile was so sweet. I want to let her smile more, and I wondered if perhaps... Was this the first time I saw her truly smile? Perhaps. Maybe we'll find the answer to that question someday. But it will not be today. Because right now, it's time to end the episode. And we shall see more tomorrow. For now, hope you enjoyed. As per usual, consider liking the video, subscribing, and so on. Always super appreciated. And once again, tomorrow we'll continue with She Neglected the World, which is not the full title of the game, by the way. From that moment, she neglected the world. Yes, that's the full title. I don't know how I forgot this. We'll continue tomorrow and we'll see where this is going. For now, that's it. Maybe I wish it would not end in the way that, you know, the master kind of wants it to end and so on. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Be ready for the next part tomorrow. Hope you join me as well on this little journey. Alright, time to end it. I wish you all a wonderful day. And I'm out. Bye.